Today, we're going to talk about a pretty fundamental shift in how we prove who we are. It's a change that honestly promises to get rid of one of the biggest headaches and costs in the entire travel industry. We're looking at the blueprint for a state-endorsed digital identity. All right, so here's how we'll break it down. First, we'll nail down the problem we're all facing. Then we'll look at a real government-backed solution and the user-first framework it's built on. After that, we'll figure out exactly where you fit in. And finally, we'll talk about the big one, what this all means for your business. So let's start with something we all know, a challenge that pops up at just about every single touch point, from the moment a trip is booked to the final checkout. I want you to think about your own operations for a second. The check-in desk, the rental car counter, the boarding gate. Where do things just grind to a halt? It's a question that hits both your bottom line and your customer's mood, right? It's this, isn't it? That endless loop of pulling out a driver's license, waiting for someone to squint at it, and handing over way more personal data than is actually needed. The whole thing is slow, it's not very secure, and frankly, it's just begging to be reinvented. So let's get into the solution. We're going to look at a concrete example of how this is all changing. We'll use a brand new legislative framework out of Utah as our guide. It's a real-world blueprint for a much smarter, more secure future. Now let's be super clear. This is not just a picture of a driver's license on a phone. Not at all. This is a cryptographically secure credential issued by a government that can be mathematically proven to be real in a split second. Think of it like a digital passport that works for everything. And here's why this is so powerful. The system is designed from the ground up to be interoperable. It'll play nice with the tech you already have. It even works when a guest is offline. And get this, it lets the user choose their own secure wallet. This isn't about getting locked into one company's tech. It's an open standard, built for everybody to use easily, with incredible security baked right in. You know, this system is about more than just slick technology. It's really about building trust. And for you, building trust means mitigating risk. It means reducing your data liability and giving your customers the confidence they need to interact with you digitally. This whole thing is supported by what the law actually calls a Digital Identity Bill of Rights. Now, for your business, the most important one on this list is the right to selectively disclose. Imagine a guest proving they're over 21 times without you ever seeing their birth date or their home address. This one principle completely changes the game on privacy and radically shrinks the amount of sensitive data you have to collect and protect. And here it is. This is the legal guardrail that should make your risk department breathe a huge sigh of relief. It's called a duty of loyalty. The law literally says that everyone involved, including you, has to act in the user's best interest. This isn't just a nice idea. It's a legal requirement that builds protection for both the customer and your company right into the system's DNA. Okay, so how do you and your organization actually fit into this new world? Well, the framework is actually pretty simple, with just 3 main players. Let's break down who's who. First up, you've got the holder. Easy enough, right? This is your traveler, your guest, your customer. They own and control their identity, period. Next is the verifier. You can think of this as the digital bouncer. It's the software that does that instantaneous math problem to confirm, yep, this credential is real and nobody's messed with it. And then, most importantly, there's you. You are the relying party. You're the airline, the hotel, the car rental company that accepts this verified info to make your service faster and better, all while knowing it's totally trustworthy. So let's just walk through a hotel check-in. The guest starts the process on their phone. Your app asks for only what it needs. Say their name and proof they're an adult. The guest approves with a tap, boom. Your system instantly gets a secure confirmation and a digital key is sent to their phone. What does that mean? No lines, no fumbling for IDs, zero friction, just happier guests and a much more efficient front desk. So what's your main job in all this? It's pretty simple, data minimization. The system is built so you only ask for the data you absolutely need for that transaction. And this isn't just a suggestion, it's a legal requirement. This dramatically cuts down on the amount of personally identifiable information, or PII, you have to handle. And that directly lowers your risk of a data breach and all the liability that comes with it. All right, let's tie this all back to what really matters, the bottom line. This isn't just a cool new piece of tech. It's a strategic shift that gives you clear, measurable wins in efficiency, customer experience, and security. I mean, when you put the old way and the new way side by side, the difference is just stark. We're going from slow, manual work to instant verification. We're moving from overexposing customer data to selective, user-controlled sharing. And most importantly for operations, we're swapping high-friction, costly processes for automated, seamless interactions with way, way less liability. This whole system gives your customers a level of convenience and privacy that just hasn't been possible until now. Just imagine your traveler using one single trusted ID for everything, getting into the airport lounge, unlocking their hotel room, even okaying a charge from the minibar. That's the kind of smooth, top-tier experience that builds real loyalty. And here's a small detail, but it's a really powerful one for building trust. The law makes it clear that a traveler never has to physically hand over their phone. The whole exchange is secure and wireless, respecting their personal device and their privacy. It matters. Look, this change isn't a matter of if anymore, it's just a matter of when. The legal and tech foundations are being laid as we speak. So the big takeaway today is to start asking how your organization is going to adapt. The real question is your strategy ready to turn this inevitable shift into your next competitive advantage?